had any African Americans.
So you sent me that question, and in my time here, I don't recall that being an issue. You know, it's certainly possible that there were people of Hispanic origin involved, but it wasn't an issue in the case. I don't have a specific memory. I think you asked about African Americans as well.
Mm-hmm.
The only incident I can recall involving an African American suspect was the officers shot and missed, and that was after Michael Addison shot and killed Officer Mike Briggs in Manchester. The officers there shot at the suspect, Michael Addison, but they did not hit him. And so that's the only one I can think of where I have a specific memory that there was a suspect in that type of shooting incident. But again, Mr. Addison was not hit by the police gunfire.
Yeah, I don't think it's been an issue in this state at all. The issue, it seems to be on a lot of the cases, is mental illness. And I think there was recent testimony that I think 25 out of the 55 shootings that have occurred, officer-involved shootings, and I believe those are all fatal, involved suspects who suffered documented mental illness. So maybe it's a little higher if there were cases where there wasn't yet documentation about the mental illness. But I wondered, is that something that you've noticed in your career here?
So I think that statistic was arrived at by someone else. Certainly no one from our office has made that statement about that statistic. But in the past, we have been asked about the issue of mental illness in officer-involved shootings, and also where private citizens use deadly force. Sometimes it's more obvious that that's a likely factor. I think it's difficult to say it's definitely the factor in the incident, but there's certainly been cases where it appears a likely factor in the incident.
Mm-hmm.
But I would not be able to put a number on it because, again, you're looking backwards at these incidents, and usually we learn about it because family members may say this person had some issues, they were off their medication, things like that.
Yeah.
And just looking at the circumstances, you might be able to conclude that that's a likely factor in what occurred.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I'm not sure that it would be that number, but it is true that it has been prevalent some years.